What's going on, everyone? In this video, I'm going to be comparing and contrasting the Blink XT2 and the all-new Blink outdoor camera. Right off the bat, you will notice that the new camera has a glossy finish on the front, which can be highly reflective, but I do feel that it gives it a nice aesthetic. Also, they have chosen a rounded design all around as opposed to these grooves on the older camera. The camera has now been centered and the motion sensor is now at the top, also taking up a new design. The speaker on the new one is now at the front. You can see it here. While on the old one, it was placed on the bottom. For me, it seems like it makes more sense having it on the front. One thing that hasn't changed is the recording light and the microphone. They're both still on the front on both cameras. And perhaps another huge difference is the opening mechanism on the back. With the XT2, you simply push this down and open it. Just like that. On the all-new one, you get an included tool that looks like this, and you can pretty much unscrew it and pop it off just like that. You can also use a coin to screw it back on, so it can be toolless if you want to. Both cameras feature a 110-degree diagonal field of view. They both record at 1080p HD during the day and HD night vision after dark. Both feature 30 frames per second and have the same CPU, which is the AC102B, running at 4 cores, 200 megahertz. The new outdoor camera weighs 48 grams, as opposed to 89 grams on the XT2. Both feature speaker output and two-way audio recording. The sync module for both cameras is exactly the same, except for the wording on the new one. You now get the sync module 2. Otherwise, everything is exactly the same. You got the power port on the bottom and a USB on the right side. One of the biggest differences is that the USB on the old model was only used for diagnostic. The USB on the new model can now be used for local storage. All right, we're going to do a test in a low light environment such as this. So let's go ahead and see what happens. For the next test, I'm using a softbox, and let's see if that improves the quality of video on the two cameras. For this next test, I'm going to be trying the night vision mode, so I'm gonna decrease the brightness on my laptop so it doesn't interfere with this. Alright, so we are now recording the audio on both cameras to see if there are any differences, and if so, which one might be better. Over here I'm looking at the Blink XT2. Over there I'm looking at the all-new Blink outdoor camera. Let me know in the comments if you hear a difference between the two, and if so, which one do you prefer. Alright, so we are now recording the audio on both cameras to see if there are any differences, and if so, which one might be better. Over here I'm looking at the Blink XT2. Over there I'm looking at the all-new Blink outdoor camera. Let me know in the comments if you hear a difference between the two, and if so, which one do you prefer. For this next segment, we're going to test the speaker on the cameras, and I'm going to be recording the audio with a Rode mic, so the quality should be pretty decent. Let's go ahead and get started. Alright, we are starting with the Blink XT2. I'm going to go ahead and count to 10 if I can do so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That was me counting to 10. I don't think I can go any higher than that, so that's about it. Alright, now we are testing the all-new outdoor camera, and I'm going to try to do the same thing, count to 10 if I remember how to do so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And like I said, that's the highest I can go. So leave me a comment telling me what comes after 10. Now, early in the video, I mentioned how the speaker on the Blink XT2 is on the bottom. So we're going to go ahead and give it another try without any obstructions, because when I have it upright like that, there might be some obstruction with the table. However, when you have these mounted, that should not be an issue. But we're going to go ahead and give it a fair test. So I'm going to try it one more time. Alright, so this time I rehearsed, so I should be a little better at counting. Let's go ahead and get started. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let me know if you notice any differences between having the Blink XT2 sitting upright or laying down like I have it without any obstruction. Alright, so before concluding the video, we're going to talk about a few differences that you might find within the app. The menu is pretty much the same. The only difference here is that with the Sync Module 2, you're going to have that local storage option, as you can see there. You won't get that on the Sync Module 1. You get the same buttons on the bottom, so I'm not going to go into that. When you go into the settings for each of the cameras, you're going to see a few new features. On the motion detection, you're going to see a new feature called Zones Beta instead of Activity Zones, which you can now go ahead and set up Activity Zones or Privacy Zones. You see an option called motion recording that was not on the app for the XT2. And the last difference you will notice is status LED. You also don't see that on the XT2. And those are pretty much the only differences you will see inside the app, which again are attributed to the new features that come with the all-new Blink outdoor camera. That's pretty much it for this video. Let me know if you found this helpful. Let me know if you're going to be picking one up, and if so, make sure to check out the link in the description. Otherwise, subscribe for more videos like this. Hit the like button if you liked it, and I'll see you in the next video.